Last time on Idiots at Sea.
Why is there an extra goat in my field?
Pirates, man.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna go with the captain.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, dude, but crime does not pay.
Cal has
Just
a
kind
rock
of-
in his pants.
You guys did your last week of downtime, and then you gathered together along with the council guards who escorted you out to the Sea Ghost. You sent the correct signal and were able to sneak aboard until you decided that sneaking wasn't worth it, and then had an all-out brawl. And yeah, as far as you guys are aware, all the crew has now been taken care of as they came like effectively through your windmill of blades and magic and terror to all get taken out. And yeah, now you guys are finally able to actually explore the ship.
And Ella almost died.
Yeah, she did. So
Ella-
it sounds
Ella
like
would very
a combat encounter.
Ella would very much appreciate some more heal, if that's possible.
Desi will make you a potion.
I would appreciate that, Desi.
So I'm gonna go down to their level, and I'll go over to Ella, and I will try to make her a potion with my herbalism kit.
Okay.
I used
Out of
all of-
curiosity, have I taught you guys about taking a 10 on an action?
No.
Okay, so there's an option that you can do. It's called taking a 10. What this does is, in place of rolling, right, you automatically will get a 10 for your roll, right? But the trade-off is this takes more time because what you're doing is you're taking the extra time to be steady and making sure you're doing things like by the book, so to speak, and whatnot, rather than kind of just throwing things together on the fly, right? So like this would be, for example, if you're cooking, you're like reading through the recipe like word for word and throwing things in as it says or whatnot. Or if you're like climbing a mountain, you're climbing very slowly, making sure everything has like a very firm handhold and whatnot. So while you will be better at it, you also will be slower at it. So if you want, you can take a 10 on your medicine check to make a potion. It's just that means it'll be about 10 minutes while you do that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that because we're probably not in a super hurry.
Okay.
Unless
that
somebody
case-
wants to tell Desi otherwise.
I mean, Ella really needs a heal, so she's not going to argue. She needs Nurse Desi's attention, please.
Last game, didn't I give Ella some hit points with melee on hands?
Yeah, but
I
that still
believe so.
only put her up at a 10.
Do you happen to remember how many? Because it didn't save on my sheet for some reason.
You gave Ella 5 and Quinn 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So Desi takes a bit, and you see her. This is probably the most studious you've ever seen Desi. As she is just like making sure she follows the recipe exactly. It's like normally she's just like hucking in random amounts of mushrooms or whatnot into her brew, but now she's like measuring things out, whatnot. But after about 10 minutes, she manages to make a potion of healing for you, Ella.
Yay.
I'm guessing you're just gonna go ahead and drink it right away.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drink it.
Okay, so you get back 10 hit points.
Yay! I'm back to full health.
Fine.
You're welcome.
Go,
Thank
Desi.
you. Yay, Nurse
And
Desi!
I didn't poison anyone.
This
I
time.
appreciate that.
Yet.
Yeah, but no,
Yes.
I seriously rolled 2 4s for the D4s, so congratulations.
Sweet.
All right, but yeah, just because I don't think I gave you guys the full descriptions for the areas. So for main deck, though the light is dim at best, you can see details of the ship's main deck. In the center, forward of the mast, a jolly boat is lashed to the deck with ropes. After the mast is a hatch to the below decks area and a rope ladder climbing to the crow's nest above. To fore and aft below the upper deck stand vague outlines of doors. You can also see ladders that lead to the upper decks, the aft one on the port side and the forward one on the starboard. And for where Cal's at, the forecastle, a massive shape in the center of the deck area must be the ship's capstan. From it, the anchor chain runs down the chain vent to port of the prow. What do you guys want to do? You have a whole ship to explore.
Well, since we're already up here, should we go check out the other upper deck real quick?
The one that Cal's on?
No, the other one.
Other side.
Oh, gotcha. Cal, what do you see up there?
Not much. Not much.
Quinn, it looks
Oh.
like you're searching around frantically. What's going on?
I know, Quinn's just like, where are we? What's happening?
Just looking around.
I'm glad I added like direction markers because this is fun.
What's in front of me?
Who said that?
Oh, Desi.
Desi? Okay. Like what's literally what you're pointing at right now?
Yeah, what is this little squiggly thing?
That's some rope.
Can I take it?
Go for it. It's about you quick glance. You think it's about probably 25 feet long.
I'm gonna take the rope and then I'm gonna go give it to Lana.
Can
Okay.
I climb the crow's nest?
Yeah, you can climb up there if you want.
I just imagined Quinn going up there and being like, I'm king of the world!
I can't remember from last time. Did we already loot the bodies?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Though, one thing I will say that you guys noticed that I completely spaced on is each of the like head members. So the captain, the wizard, the first mate, and the boatswain all had a key on them. So you have 4 random keys as well.
Okay.
Can Cal come join the group on the main
Go for
deck?
Only if you backflip
Boom.
off the side.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys are all on the main deck except for Quinn, who decided he wanted to climb to the crow's nest.
Is there anything up here?
Yeah, no, there's not really anything up in the crow's nest. You can see that the ladder has definitely seen its fair share of use over the years, but whatever the person who was up here had on him, he must have just kept on him when he fell. He didn't leave anything up here.
Okay, I'm gonna climb back down.
All right, climb back down.
All right, what door do we want to go through first, guys?
Yeah, so you guys have plenty of options.
Can I
I
open
would
the
like
door?
to go where the captain and wizard came from.
Okay, so Cal's going to where the captain and wizard from, and then Ella wanted to open the door she's in front of, right?
Yeah, just to kind of see what's in there.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to advise you guys might want to stick together. So might want to come up with an idea together. But if you guys want to split, I will not stop you.
I
I
was
don't want
gonna,
to split. I'm just saying that Cal wants to go this way, not that he necessarily is.
Okay.
yeah, Desi definitely wanted to go in there too. In the captain's area. Where
Can
Cal-
I suggest that we at least open all of the doors and then decide which way to go?
Open them
Yes.
all at the same
I
time.
second that. I second that.
Okay. So I guess gonna each go to a different door and open them.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are 5 unopened doors.
Okay.
On the count of 3. 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Okay. So you guys open all 5 of the closed doors at once. So
This is where we all die.
yeah, I'm just gonna-
Probably.
Let's see
So
who
let's-
triggered a trap.
yeah, that was gonna start with Quinn here. You open the door to what looks to be the ship's galley, right? There's a crude metal stove that's not lit that leans against the hull. It has an adjustable metal chimney that can be placed through a vent hole when it's opened. Next to the stove is an open metal bin containing sticks of wood kindling, and beside this is a large wood table bolted firmly to the deck with a thick top crisscrossed with score marks. The table has a large drawer on it too. Excuse me. Hanging from hooks set into the hull above the table are 2 iron frying pans, 2 saucepans, and a skillet. Set against the bulkhead opposite is a large cask filled with clear liquid, and beside this stands a wooden cupboard. Against the bulkhead beside the forward door is a wooden upright chair, and hanging from the center of the deck is an unlit hooded lantern.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll call out all clear to the group.
Okay, Desi, yours just leads stairs down to the lower deck.
Okay.
Lana, yours also leads stairs to the lower deck.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and just do all this because you guys could. I'm assuming you've at least peeked into the other room. Cal, your door opens what looks to be a very, very nice cabin. So you can probably guess this is where the captain stayed. This is a clean cabin with furniture that's in very good repair compared to the rest of the ship. The single bunk made up with bed linen, which has its head against the bulkhead running along the center line of the ship, next to a wooden partition squaring off the corner near the main deck. There's a writing desk set against the hull towards the stern, with a drawer on each side and 3 trays on the top. Also on the desktop, just in front of the trays, is an ink pot, 2 quill pens, a small knife, and a pewter container that resembles a pepper pot. And against the desk is an upright wooden chair, and beside it is a wooden brass-bound chest. And against the hull on the starboard side is a padded leather couch, and in front of it, a bearskin rug lies on the deck, while beneath the couch can be seen a large metal box. There's an unlit hooded lantern that hangs from the ceiling. And then finally, we get to Ella's door. When you open the door, a distinct odor about this room reminds you of a marsh or a swamp. Not fetid, but not oppressive, but certainly noticeable. And then in the center of the area is a wood table bolted to the deck. On a table sits a silver jug half full of red liquid, where with it are 3 pewter mugs. Around the table are set 3 upright wooden chairs, and an unlit hooded lantern hangs in the ceiling above. In the gloom, you can see there's 3 hammocks, one at each end of the cabin, slung between the bulkhead and one of the ship's ribs, and a third hanging across the corner of the cabin next to the aft doors of a central bulkhead. Each hammock is occupied by a scaled figure. And then there's a small chest or box of some sort that lies underneath the forward hammock, and you think you might also be able to see weapons under each of the hammocks.
Ella's gonna just kind of close the door again and go kind of wave over and point at the door frantically to signal there are people in there.
Ella, what'd you find?
People.
Well, what are they doing?
Friendly people?
I think they're sleeping people in
Well,
hammocks.
we shouldn't wake them.
How have we not woken them already?
Maybe
We
they're
literally
really
had a-
happy sleepers.
We had a battle outside their door.
So as you guys are gathering together, someone else is on the other side is going to open the door again,
Oh
and
no.
you see a large scaled humanoid that, based on what you guys know of Saltmarsh and the surrounding areas, you believe would be a lizard folk.
Fun.
And
Quinn, are you just running?
Quinn!
Just sneaking away.
Quinn just slowly backing away. I'm gonna go now.
Oh boy. I don't speak lizard folk.
Just imitated.
Lana would like to speak back in common.
okay,
Captain's dead.
Yeah, let's just tell him that right off the
so
bat.
Well, his dead body's on the
We
deck.
we might have
upon
murdered
hearing
him.
this, the 2 other lizard folk are going to come over to the door too, and they kind of start muttering among themselves and go in very like broken common, say, "Captain promised goods. Where are goods?"
No goods.
He goes, "No goods."
Aye, only bads.
And he's gonna kind of square up to. Lana, are you still in the back, or are you close to the door? Out of
I would
curiosity.
rather be closer to the door, but
Okay.
Ella didn't move.
Ella kind of is stuck there at the moment, just kind of like, fuck me.
So he's gonna actually push past you, Ella, and go up to you, Lana, and be, "You get us goods now."
I would like to square off with this lizard folk, get in his face, and say no with an intimidation check.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my
Roll
gosh.
intimidation. Lizard folk starts kind of like, you see some panic start putting in his face, and he clearly was not expecting someone to stand up to him.
Yeah, Lana, don't back down.
Bless you, Lana.
And then he goes, but deal.
Deal
We-
died with your captain.
We make deal with smooth skins. Smooth skins give goods. We give pretties. And he pulls out like a bunch of electrum pieces and goes, "Smooth skins like pretties, yes?"
I think he's trying to make a deal with you now, Lana.
What goods?
He's going to go ahead and he reaches into his quarters, and you see him pull out a spear and a shield with what you assume is to be like the lizard folk god on it, and goes, defense goods.
Okay.
While this is happening, can I be over here casting a ritual to comprehend languages? Is that a ritual one?
Okay. You start doing the ritual.
I will say to the lizard folk, we don't know about your goods.
You not with other smoothskins? And he kind of like has like a questioning look on his face.
I'm going to kind of gesture to my body, which I assume is covered in blood at this point from the previous combat. No.
Couldn't we
Not
just
I,
point to
buddy,
the
just so
dead
you know.
bodies on the deck?
I mean, in fairness, you guys are also kind of standing in the doorway. So otherwise, yes, you could.
But yeah, I'm going to go just no.
But what we do without goods, and you can see they're starting to become like visibly panicked now.
Well, I feel bad for the poor guys.
Question.
Yeah.
Are lizard folk like inherently seen as evil in around here, or I don't know personally as a player?
Lizard folk are mostly seen as either evil or at least very odd among those who do live in civilized, like in towns and whatnot. Just because a lot of people see their because they lizard folk naturally are a lot more instinctual than many races. Like it's for example, a common lizard folk thing you might see is like a lizard folk warrior will like cut off a hand off of someone that he just killed to save later for a snack.
Okay.
So people get kind of
So-
freaked out by things like that.
So
And there are rumors that lizard folk do eat other humanoids.
Well,
they're
to eat
cannibals.
hands, I would say so.
I mean also like rather than just like scavenging, like that might be like as in actively like will hunt down like a human or an elf and like roast them for dinner.
I mean,
Okay.
they don't seem hostile right now. They more seem like they're just panicking at the moment because they're not understanding what's happened.
Mm.
Okay, so I will tell the lizard folk we can take you to shore after we finish our business on the boat. Is that work for you?
They kind of like deliberate for a little bit. They kind of like he kind of like puts up like a finger, and they kind of close the door real quick and deliberate amongst themselves.
Okay. Well, once they close the door, I'm gonna move Ella behind me,
Thank you.
but I'm gonna stay where I am.
Cal's going to step back and have his crossbow ready, but not technically aimed at the door.
Okay, so the one of the lizard folks will come back out. And I will say also by about this time, Quinn, your ritual has finished. He comes out and goes, we accept on condition you find goods that other smoothskins would give us. Find what we give shinies for, and we will leave.
Seems reasonable. I just have a quick question. And feel free to speak in your native tongue if you so wish. Why do you need the defense goods?
Are you saying this in Draconic now? Because does the spell make you speak it, or does it just make you understand it?
Just makes me understand it. It says comprehend.
Okay, yeah. So you tell him this. He kind of like raises his non-existent eyebrow at you at first, and then he says in Draconic. So you're the only one who understands at this point is war is coming. We need all the supplies we can get so we can protect ourselves and eradicate the evils of our land and let lizard folk finally thrive in the area. We have been hiding for way too long, and now even our caves are under threat, and we cannot hide anymore.
So do you just need the goods, or do you need goods and help?
We need goods.
Okay.
We don't trust other races. They don't understand how we function. they see us as lesser, and we will show them that they should be fearing us.
Okay, hold on just a second, and then I'm going to relay that information to the group.
I would like to kind of pull everybody back away from the lizard folk to finish talking in a more hushed tone. So basically, they're wanting to incite a war on an unknown species or unknown race. Is that correct, Quinn?
No, they're wanting protection from a war that's coming to them. They're on the defense. But they want them to be eradicated so they don't have to be on the defense anymore.
Yeah, but who's that? Is that us, or is that some unknown race? Because they're talking about how they're having to hide in caves, and they're going to teach other races, is what you said, that they need to be the ones that are feared.
Well, let me ask. Hold on. So I'm going to ask him who it is that they're defending themselves from.
Everyone. We will make this our land. We are tired of being driven to the shadows. We are tired of our hatchlings being taken and sold as slaves. And as he's kind of getting more worked up, and you see the two other lizard folk kind of just like pounding the spears like in like a war change, like hup, 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 hup.
Can I do a persuasion check and be like, okay, just calm down?
Go for it. What exactly are you saying to him?
Okay, just take a little break, calm down. Why everyone? We pose no threat to you.
He kind of just like you see him like kind of like put his arms up and like hold, and the other two kind of just like go back to standing still. He goes, our people have constantly been under attack, from dragons and hydras to smooth skins stealing our children to watery graves as we try to leave. We have been oppressed. We have been forced into caves. Our queens have been murdered. For every clutch one of our women lay, we're lucky if one survives to join our ranks, compared to being smashed or stolen. We will not have it anymore.
Okay.
Hence why we are going to war.
Okay. Trust me when I say I can understand that much more than you think. So I'm going to turn to the rest of the group and relay all that to them and ask what we want to do.
As you say, the lizard folk goes, smooth skin will never know our pain.
I'm going to raise my eyebrow at him, kind of side glance, and just keep looking at the rest of the group.
Yeah, Cal's definitely feeling some familiar
Deja
arguments over here.
So they're
If-
talking about the war.
You know
Do
something,
you-
Desi?
Come
Yeah,
again?
the tree told me about it.
What exactly did this tree tell you, Desi?
A tree?
Uh-huh, that's why I came here. Because the tree was saying that there was gonna be a war and bad stuff was gonna happen.
I don't suppose your tree was a little more specific?
Not really, but it probably has something to do with what the lizard people are talking about.
I want to pull Desi to the side and be like, are they the good or the bad guys?
Yeah, there's the monstrous race, and they're holding a grudge against all the non-monstrous races. And if we don't figure it out and stop it, then everybody's gonna die.
Okay.
So we should stop it.
How? Did the tree tell you how?
No, the tree didn't tell me how. That's why I came here, so I could figure it out and help.
Lizard folks, do you guys have a drink in there that I could possibly partake of?
You really think now's the time for drinking, Quinn?
Don't. Just don't.
I don't see the harm in at least looking for the goods. We don't even know that they're on board.
Yeah. We can at least look for the goods.
I will say, when Quinn asks for a drink, the lizard folk looks over, and you see this little pseudo dragon come out carrying a bottle of wine, and he brings it right over. Brings it right over to Quinn.
Oh,
I'm
what a
taking
cute-
a big drink of that right now.
Can I pet it?
Are you going to pet it, or are you asking to pet it?
I'm asking the DM if I can pet it.
You can pet it if you want. That's like, are you asking me? Are you asking the lizard folk? Are you asking the pseudo dragon? Or are you just gonna do it?
I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
I want to pet the little dragon.
Boy.
So you go ahead and you reach down, and the dragon kind of like freaks out a little bit and jumps back. You literally go, "Oh, Bim's shy."
Oh,
Bims!
Adorable.
So cute. I'm gonna pull out a little piece of food from my pocket and hold it out to Bims.
All right. Bim's kind of sniffs the air a little bit, comes over and starts nibbling, and you hear a purring in your head as a result.
okay. I'm gonna hand the drink back, and say thank you.
Alright, so we'll go look for the goods. I guess you guys just go back to sleep.
Do you guys
Not
want
when goods found, then we
Okay.
go.
Right.
Do you guys want to hang out in there, and we'll go search for the goods, or?
This room made like home. We feel happy in room.
Okay, just stay in that room. We'll be right back. We're gonna go look for your goods. Desi, what the fuck?
What? It looked hungry.
I don't think he's talking about the dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go find some stuff and see what we see. I'm not sure how I feel about the lizard folk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little conflicted.
All right. Well, I guess where would you guys like to go? You guys have a whole ship to explore.
I'm going back to this room, and I'm going to search it.
Okay. So going back to the galley.
I'll follow Quinn.
Cal, you want to go check out the
Really like
captain's
to search
quarters?
Captain's quarters.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we got Quinn and Desi going to the galley. We got Ella and Cal going to the captain's quarters, and we got Lana going to Punkata's quarters. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ella, will you assist me in a search?
Yes, I will.
Okay,
Okay,
so
and that means I do have advantage, correct?
Oh, I'm gonna break you guys down first. 'Cause I don't want, so that way I can easily keep track of everyone. I don't want to have to constantly be jumping around.
Okay.
So is there a group that wants to go first?
Me.
Okay. I guess we're gonna start with Ella and Cal. Okay. So you guys go to the captain's quarters, right? So do you want me to read the description of the room again for you?
No, I remember there was the chest, there's a box under the couch, there's drawers in the desk. I'm basically going to just search all of the things.
Okay.
Cal is just table flipping everything.
So I'm just gonna ask how you're doing this. Are you checking the whole room just in general? Are you inspecting everything?
I'm going to basically inspect everything.
Okay. So in that case, I'm gonna have you make investigation checks, and then I want you to tell me what you are investigating in order.
Okay. First thing I want to investigate is going to be the desk.
Okay.
And because Ella's with me, I get to do it at advantage, correct?
If Ella is helping you,
Yes, she is.
go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage. So on the writing desk, first off, you find there's a pewter container there, which is after doing some investigation, you see is full of sand for some reason. So congratulations, you got a jar of dirt.
Well,
Yay!
take that
Yay!
hand.
I'm
There's
sad Quinn didn't find it.
yeah.
Me too.
Well, there's a bunch of trays. You see one of them is empty. Another contains different like bills and receipts. And the last one has a bunch of letters of personal and intimate nature. In fact, you see there's at least 3 different women who have been writing letters to the captain, all of them believing they are Mrs. Sigurd Snake Eyes. And you can see they all live in completely different parts of the world.
Looks like he's a busy boy.
Yep.
He's going to grab the bills and receipts to see if there's anything that they can find in those about the lizard folks deal.
All right, so you managed to find two agreements that really catch your eye. the first is a document in very, very broken common, requesting what says ironware. And the one part that's like really literate, it says, as per previous consignments and the agreed terms. And in place of a signature, there's a pictograph with a lizard with the forked tongue extended out.
Okay. And the second one?
The second one, you see, this one is, it kind of feels a bit odd, just because you're looking over it compared to the writings of the other ones. It almost seems like this one sticks out compared to among all the other receipts from the captain, right?
Mhm.
And it talks about collecting different people, right? Various children of multiple different races, including lizard folk hatchlings, specifically grabbing them while they're still eggs. And you see a signature that says Gellin Prime Water.
Do I know that name?
I'm sorry, what?
Snap!
Oh, does Ella see this name by chance?
You're helping investigate, right?
Oh,
Why
the
am I not
look
in
on
the
her
room?
the look on her face right now. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Actually, real quick, Ella, give me an insight check.
Nope.
Yeah, you just look at this and go, Gellin, what the fuck?
Just as loud as possible. Kellen, the fuck, dude?
No. She has to gurgle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just have her say that in primordial.
Desi, did you hear something just now?
I heard bubbly.
So she won't
Okay.
say it like in common. She'll only say it in primordial.
Yeah.
Well, he sees the name too, so he's gonna be like, oh,
You know what? Cal, give me an insight check too.
okay.
Just because I forgot you actually live in town as well. So you know Gellin fairly well.
What is with this?
You have a feeling something isn't quite adding up, but you're not quite. You don't have all the pieces.
Okay. Okay. Next up, let's. That's everything that's on the desk, all the drawers and everything.
Well, you haven't opened the drawers yet, because the drawers are locked. But this was just on what's on the table, like actually
Okay.
like physically on top of the table.
Well, I'm definitely going to be picking those locks.
Didn't we find keys?
Oh, I guess I should try one of the keys
Yep.
first.
Do we have the key? I always just assume Lana has everything.
Hang on,
but-
he's
Yeah,
gonna
say,
go.
did
Lana.
Well, there's 4 of us. I figured we each could hold on to a key.
There's 5 of us.
There's 5, but there's 4. Are we really going to give Desi a key?
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Fuck no. She's gonna lose it down a hole or throw it overboard.
Or forget it's there and it's going to be stuck in her cleavage for like a week, okay?
hey,
I'm not wrong.
why would it be in her cleavage?
Because it was around her neck. Where else do necklaces go?
We're not
Does
wearing
he
it.
have pockets?
She does.
Okay.
Because that's where she pulled out some food to feed the little Brims, or whatever his name was.
Let's just say that Lana has them. Cal's gonna go, I found a place that has locked drawers. Can I have some keys real quick?
And I'll hand them over.
Okay, so eventually you find the key that opens the door. That opens the drawers. Well, it works on both drawers. Luckily for you.
Yes, more or less.
Okay, so the first drawer you open, there's 3 potions in here that you're not quite sure of what they are, as well as another key.
Oh joy.
This one looks smaller though. Like rather than going to a door, you think it might go to like something smaller.
Say a box under a couch?
Potentially. I mean, I can't tell you that until you try it.
Yep. Alright, next up the chest.
I was gonna say, well, so there's a second drawer if you give me a sec.
Oh, sorry.
Calm
Yeah.
down, Cal. Calm down.
Just want to search everything!
Cal's
I
just
know
like,
you're
I'm just
really
so pissed
excited
about
about
Gellin.
this.
I want to raid this captain's room. Yeah. No,
Just stop flipping the tables, Cal. Jeez.
I can promise you, Chelsea, there's no spiders on this boat. So
Thank fucking God.
Just rats.
you open the second drawer, and there's about 7 maps of various sea and coastal localities that you can tell these were professionally done. Like these could actually probably like be used by like anyone who, from like a novice to an expert. That's how well done the maps are.
Okay.
However, beneath all of these, there's another map. This one much cruder than the other ones. And based on just looking over the map and everything like that, and the markings on it, it looks to be to indicate a rendezvous point with the lizard folk. Just from knowing the area around Saltmarsh, it looks like this is. You guys can kind of guess. This is probably about 10 miles southwest of town, and it looks to be like around where, like, of course, where like the Dunwater River is and things like that. So that's all for the desk.
Okay.
What's next?
This chest in the corner.
All right, so investigating the chest, you guys do a quick search of it, and you can tell it's trapped. There's some form of trap on the chest.
Okay. Is there a way to disable the device?
Yeah, you can attempt to use your thieves' tools to disarm the trap.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Okay. In that case, give me a sleight of hand check, please. You're able to disarm the trap, which after messing with it, you realize is a blade trap. Yeah, it was. If you would have not disarmed it, a little scythe blade would have swung out from the bottom and taken a slash at you. When you open the chest, though, you find 10 ingots of electrum.
Okay. Sweet.
Which, that's a lot.
I assumed it was.
But you can you kind of get an idea just based on the fact that not only is electrum rare in the first place, but the fact these are ingots versus actual coin, you believe this is probably at least part of payment from the lizard folk. So this is probably what they use to pay for their goods.
Okay. Is that everything that's in there? Just the 10 ingots?
Yep.
Okay.
However, when you are messing with it, you do accidentally move the bearskin rug, and you find there's a hatch that goes down a floor under the rug.
Is it locked?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to fling the rug aside and be like, I'm coming back for you. With the group.
Are
Okay.
you talking to the rug or the hatch, buddy?
The hatch. He's like, I'm
Got
coming
it.
back for this, but I'm coming with the group.
Oh, you don't want the bearskin rug?
I mean, he doesn't care about the bearskin rug, but I guess if the group wants the bearskin rug to sell, he'll grab it.
Meh. Meh.
Meh.
Kind of what I figured. All
So
right.
Yes. All right. And then you're hopping down the hatch.
No.
No.
No. I am waiting for the group before
Okay.
I go down that hatch.
Okay. All right. So is there anything else you guys want to look at in this room?
I would like to do a perception of the room just to make sure there isn't anything else in the room to find.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Once again, Ella,
Yes, of course I'll help you.
thank you.
I like just standing here and looking pretty.
Well, you're good at it.
I know, right? Don't tell Quinn. He might get used to the idea.
So you don't see anything else of like secrets, effectively, but you do notice that there's a gray cloak that's hanging on a peg on the back of the door.
Okay. A gray cloak.
Yep,
It's just a plain gray cloak.
as far as you know.
Okay, totally checking out this gray cloak.
Okay. Yeah, no, as far as you can tell, this is just a gray cloak, though it looks nice. Probably it's got a little bit like fuzz on it and whatnot. Probably keeps your neck pretty warm. Not quite as fancy as your elven cloak that you have now, but it looks like it'd be comfy.
Okay. I'll take
All right.
it in case somebody wants it.
Okay, so you pull off the cloak and stuff it in your bag.
I will also say, Mr. GM, Ella's gonna take those love letters
Okay. See if you can find Mrs. Sigurd Snake Eyes.
Yeah, see if she can't at least send them a note being like, "Hey, yo, he dead. Sorry."
Okay.
/ not
By the
sorry.
way, by the way, there's 3 of you, so don't feel too bad.
Well, Ella's unfortunately hopeless romantic, so the most she'll do is, your husband died at sea.
Yeah. You see at least one of those is addressed to a lady in Seaton.
In Seaton.
Yeah.
That just gives her another reason to go there.
All right. So now that captain's quarters is done, who wants to go next?
Us.
Apparently us.
Okay. So we now join Quinn and Desi in the ship's galley.
Desi, will you help me do a perception check of the room first?
Okay.
So you look around, and as far as you can tell, this is pretty much just a basic galley. You know, it's the kitchen is what it is. You don't really find anything of significant value, though. You think you could probably use some of the equipment to do some good home cooked meals if you wanted to.
Quinn, you could cook us more food.
Oh, Joy, let's take stuff, I suppose.
Okay.
So as you guys are looking around, you do see that the drawer that was in the table it's unlocked, and it's got a bunch of knives, saws, and choppers for like messing with meat and things like that. The cask just has water, and the cupboard has a miscellaneous amount of mugs, small and large plates, platters, and a metal dipper. But there also is the door that leads to another room as well.
Do you want to open the door, Desi?
Sure.
Let's open the door.
Open it, Quinn.
You open the door, and let's see. So, from iron hooks set into the ceiling hangs 3 long strings of sausages, a large ham, and a hunk of meat. Against the hull are 3 sacks. Set against the bulkhead beside the door are a cask and a ceramic jar. Against the other bulkhead are a set of large a large and small cask and another ceramic jar. There is an opening in the latter bulkhead about 3 feet square, and with its lower edge about 3 feet above the deck.
Well, I'm going to look at everything in here. Let's start here.
Okay. So just because I'm going to spoil it, there's nothing really to find here. You guys search around, and there's lots of salted beef. The sacks have a bunch of dry beans. The casks contain flour, salt, and ale. The jars have honey and olive oil. And all of this is relatively fresh.
Sweet. Should we open this door?
Yes. I would also like to take some of the things along the way.
So you're just grabbing random things of food.
Yeah, particularly the sausages.
Okay, so congratulations, you grab 3 strings of sausages.
Good.
So you got that for the dragon, didn't you?
Of course, I don't eat meat.
Okay. You guys move through the next door. 2 coiled lengths of rope and 3 rolls of sailcloths lie on the deck alongside a large box. A large wooden cask stands next to 6 lengths of wood planking. Set into a wooden rack, fastened to the bulkhead by the door, are 2 metal-headed hammers, 2 wooden mallets, 2 saws, and an adze. There's an opening about 3 feet square and with its lower edge about 7 feet above the deck within the other bulkhead.
Okay.
Okay, so grabbing all of the weapon-like things.
Okay. Congratulations, you now have 4 hammers.
And by the way, that's going towards the party, not to me.
So,
What was in the casket thing, the box?
inside the box, there's a bunch of copper nails, and the cask is 3/4 full of hard, dry tar. You can tell that between the hammers and the rope and all the stuff in here, this is where all the repair materials are kept.
Okay, I'm also taking the rope.
Can I open this door?
No.
Give me 1 sec. Let me.
Leave the lizards alone, Desi. Leave the lizards alone.
Hey, she doesn't know that door goes to the lizards.
You can open it. Go for it.
I'm opening it.
You open it. Well, you see lizard folk again, and you smell the swampy smell, and then the head lizard goes, "Smooth skin come from back?"
Our bad? I'm gonna pull Desi back behind me and be like, sorry, didn't mean to disturb you, and just close the door again.
I wanted to give them the meat.
Maybe later.
Okay. I guess so.
And you hear a bunch of like draconic noises as well as fucking smooth skin.
Just wanted to give them meat. Jeez.
Before I go back out the door with Desi,
Hmm?
I'm going to make sure nobody else can see me and change back to Gwen, because I was still fucking
All right.
Sambalet.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, you realize Quinn took off his disguise.
You are really fast.
Yeah, you get used to it. Used to be, theater and stuff.
That makes sense.
Out of curiosity, do you have any suspicions at all about this?
No, Desi has absolutely no suspicions.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna give you a chance to roll an insight, but if you have no suspicions as your character,
No.
go for it.
Desi
Ella has-
is like, I buy it, it's all good.
Ella has so many suspicions. She has suspicions for days.
I mean, that's fair, but also this has been like about probably like half an hour by this point. By the time you guys all gather up together again, so that would be plenty of time to take off a disguise normally. The main reason I'm giving it to Desi is because Desi watched him go from Sambalet to Quinn in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, you forget it's Desi, and literally Quinn could shift right in front of her, and she still wouldn't bat an eye. So
Fair enough.
That's why I did
Alright.
it now.
Okay, but since you two are done now, let's go to Lana in Punkata's quarters. So this seems to be one of the master cabins. The furnishings and fittings are of good quality, and the place is tidy. There is a single bunk made up with bed linen that has its head against the bulkhead running along the center line of the ship. There's a polished wooden table that stands in the center of the room, bolted to the deck. On the table is a silver bowl containing an assortment of fruit, a silver carafe half full of light red liquid, and a silver goblet. Set at the table are two upright wooden chairs and a padded leather chair. On the deck towards the stern is a wooden brass-bound chest. Beside it is a pair of highly polished black leather boots. And from the center of the ceiling over the table hangs an unlit hooded lantern.
Okay. Let's give the chest a once over. See what's going on with that.
Okay, so you look at the chest and you can tell it's locked.
Hey Cal, I need the keys back.
All right, so yeah, Cal runs back and gives you the keys, and then goes back to exploring with Ella, since this is happening simultaneously. I'm guessing you're gonna try to see if any of the keys work on this chest.
Mm-hmm.
So you go ahead and you check around, but none of the keys actually work.
How sturdy is the chest? Like just by eyeballing it.
It's wood, so, but it definitely looks newer, so it probably would take a good amount of force.
Okay. I'll get Cal to come in here and look at that in a minute. Otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna have a chance of He-Manning a brand new chest.
I
Well, you
wanted
never
you to do
know.
that so bad.
Do it for us, Lana.
I doubt
Do
it's
it
gonna
for
work.
us.
You don't know until you try.
Fine, I'll pull on the top, see if I can get it to pop up. And that's
Okay.
just a strength roll, right?
Strength, or actually, I guess that could be athletics if you have it.
I think I do. Oh, I'm totally okay with it being athletics.
Yep, go for it.
I demand the chest.
So, Lana, you just, for whatever reason, you do not like this chest. So you kind of just, you center yourself. Are you using like your hands or are you using a weapon?
I was using my hands, just kind of like
Okay.
get my fingers under the lip and pull.
Yeah, so you kind of just get under it and you manage to just tear the lid clean off. But when you do, you see a noxious cloud of gas release, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Probably just, killed myself. Thanks, guys. Great peer pressure.
Sorry, Lana.
We're not
You're
even
welcome.
through. Why did you listen to us?
Luckily, you just from your training and whatnot, you're used to things like this, and you immediately plug your nose and step back, and after a bit, the gas kind of dissipates.
Cool. What's in the chest that I almost died for?
So
I swear, if it's underwear, I'm gonna kill something.
What if it's underwear plus other things?
Then we'll talk.
Because Real talk, it does have his clothing in it. It's got a bunch of his clothes, but there's also a leather purse containing that, after a quick count, about 50 gold. And you see a spell scroll for the Gust of Wind spell, as well as a book that has arcane writings that you guess is probably his spell book.
Okay. After my harrowing fight with the chest, I would like to just look around the rest of the cabin. Nothing specific, just a general sweep. Make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Nope, nothing else here.
No, you mean there's some nice fruit. It's very fresh.
My mama
Obviously-
taught me better than take fruit from a pirate.
Well, clearly Punkata was the one who cared about not getting scurvy out of the crew. But you also see that the goblet has some fine wine in it as well. And then you also see there's a maroon robe hanging on the door as well. Anything
interesting other than its color?
I mean, you think it probably would go well with the boots that are there. Yeah, just kind of some nice color coordination.
I'm gonna grab the boots and the robe to bring out to my buddies to see if they can see if they're special or not.
Okay. So you grab the boots and you grab the robe and you head on out. And now everyone meets up back in the center.
Smoke still billowing out of the open door.
You guys see what like this green gas is like slowly seeping out from the room that Lana is in.
Have a bit of an upset stomach there, Lana?
I wish I had thought to say I brought out the top of the chest.
I mean, you can always go back and get it.
No, no. I had a fight with the chest in there. Hey, Desi, anything special about these, or are these just normal?
Damn it.
As far as you can tell, these are just normal clothes.
Okay.
So it's a very pretty maroon.
It is pretty,
Hmm.
but nothing special.
Well, I'll hold on to them for now anyway, and stuff them in the bag of holding.
Did anybody find anything interesting?
Ella just wants to know if Cal wants to tell them, or do you want me to tell them?
Oh, I'll tell them. So
for it.
this is what I found in there. He's gonna hand out he's just literally gonna go through the list of the things that he found. So he's like, I found this, the pewter of sand. He's like, does anybody know what this is? Is this like a special sand, or is it literally just sand for some reason?
I can check.
Okay.
See if it's magical.
Arcana check for me. So Desi, you kind of like really study this, stick your finger in, give it a little taste. This is sand.
Yep.
She tasted the sand.
Hey, she licked the
Oh,
pipe.
Desi.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
Okay. So Cal does not want this, so he's just gonna set it aside.
Okay.
I found this, an agreement. It looks like this is what the lizard folk were promised. He's gonna actually give that to Lana,
Okay.
so she can look over it. Oh, and we also found this agreement, which is collecting people from different races, specifically especially lizard folk, for slave trade as well as their eggs, and it's signed by Gallon.
Wait, what? And I'm gonna run over here and snatch it from your hand.
Okay.
You realize that while it says it says Galen Prime Water on the signature, that doesn't look like Galen's signature from what you've seen staying with him. It's very basic, and Galen has a very grandiose style. So there would be a lot more like swishes, and like probably like he'd like like circle it and like put little lines to make it look extra fancy.
Guys, this isn't fancy enough to be Galen's.
He does seem very fancy.
He is
Oh,
rather
you have
over the top.
No idea, Desi. No idea.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
breakfast was nothing
I was gonna say,
compared to what he does.
Oh, we also found these 5 potions, Desi. What are they?
3 potions.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
3,
there's
sorry.
3 potions.
I wrote 3. For some reason, my brain read 5.
Are you just pulling them out and showing them to Desi? Desi, you recognize these immediately. It's 2 potions of healing and an antitoxin.
There are two potions of
there's not
healing and antitoxin.
Okay. Oh, I forget that I have herbalism too.
You do, but not as good as me.
No, I don't have herbalism too.
You're still kind of learning, Cal.
Okay.
So
You'll get there, buddy.
And he's
I
like,
can
found
come
this
over
book.
to your place and I can teach you a few things sometime.
And then you can be Nurse Cal.
How
And
about
you
no?
can borrow my outfit.
I don't want to be nursed back to health by Cal.
Why not? I think it'd be nice.
I disagree.
Cal, did you tell them about the hatch we found?
I'm getting
Nope.
there.
You're very slow at getting to the point.
I'm telling them all the things we found. There's this key that we found. We didn't find what it goes to. And then there are these maps. And there's this crude map, which looks like it's a meeting place. Guessing for the lizard folk. And, oh yeah, we also found 10 ingots of electron. I'm assuming it's part of the payment from the lizard folk.
yeah, so when Cal pulls out the ingots, you guys all kind of like ooh, because like I told Cal and Ella when they found it, electrum is already rare in coin form, so paying in electrum ingots is incredibly rare.
Okay.
And there's a trapdoor in there.
I'm sorry,
Where's
why
it
didn't
go?
you lead with that?
Because I had stuff to give over first.
Again, he's very slow at getting to the point.
What did
I
you
had
two
stuff-
find
We
looking
found
at Quinn and
food,
Desi?
stuff to repair the ship, rope.
We found food.
Desi took sausages. I don't know why.
Yeah, so you guys see Desi has like a belt of sausages around her waist at this point.
Desi, are you trying to attract more pseudo dragons?
No, but I was gonna give them to the lizard people.
Oh yeah, and then Desi tried to get herself killed.
No,
So
I didn't.
while you guys are talking, all of a sudden, Desi, you feel like a something is behind you.
Behind me?
And you turn around and you kind of look behind you and you see Bims is chewing on your new belt.
Aw. Hi, Bims. I'm gonna pat his head and then I'm gonna take off my belt and hand it to him. Or hold it out to him so he can eat it.
You see him pounce on it like a cat on a toy.
I love
Aw.
him.
He's pretty cute, Desi. Careful, Cal. You might have a pseudo dragon at your farm here
Right.
soon.
Just
And Desi, you feel like a weird thing in your head. Like the best way I can describe it is imagine you just got like a Facebook friend request in your mind.
Aw.
Grant, why aren't you that cute?
What?
Oh, I asked my cat why he's not that cute.
I thought you said Quinn. Why aren't you that
That's
cute?
what I
No.
heard too, and I was like,
No.
It's like
Grant.
okay, it's like Quinn just gets on all fours, starts nibbling on some sausages.
that's what it takes, man.
Oh, that's right. Take
I
that
mean,
sausage.
if I gotta
Ah.
do that,
But yeah, so Desi,
You set it
get
up.
You get the friend notification in your head. Do you accept?
Of course.
And you see a smile and like a warm glow in your head
Aw.
as all of a sudden Bims, with still a sausage in his mouth, climbs onto your shoulder.
Oh, I love him so much.
Did Desi just get a familiar?
I'm gonna scratch him under the chin and I'm gonna say, "Hello, little friend. Do you want to join us?"
He chirps a little bit and starts purring.
I love him.
is he bigger or smaller or the same size as Sebastian?
He's slightly bigger, but not by much. It's mostly thanks to the wings and tail that he's bigger.
Okay.
He is still he is tiny size, just like Sebastian is, though. As far as like game mechanics go. Desi, now that you've accepted his friend request, you feel like a second request, but this one feels a bit more magical.
Oh, I accept.
And then you now hear actually Bims in your head be like, "Thank you.
Aw, you're welcome.
Not you.
Leave that in.
Oh my gosh, Slinky, thank you.
He said, because you fed me and treated me so nice, I'd like to come with you.
All right. Guys, Bims is going to come with us, okay?
And upon hearing you say that, he goes kind of like, "Rah!" and like perks up a little bit.
Okay.
Cal's going to
Um.
sigh and go back in this room.
Cal-
What should I call you?
You can call me Desi.
Mama Desi.
Can I use my detect evil ability on this thing? I want to make sure it's safe for it to be on Desi.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my divine sense on.
Yeah,
Give
you
it a once over.
Yeah, no, you get nothing. This seems to be, just like standard familiar.
Okay. It's Desi. I have to be double sure. Be extra
That's
careful.
fair.
Although when you do that, Bim's kind of like he tilts his head towards you, Lana, and then almost like he kind of like stretches out his neck a little bit, like he's asking for like chin scratches.
After seeing that he's not evil, at least, I will give him a chin scritch as I walk in the room.
And then you also get like the purring in your head as well.
Great. It's telepathic. Wonderful. Cal, how's
In
this
fairness,
doing?
though, its telepathy is very limited. It can pretty much only, aside from Desi, who has a familiar bond with it now. For everyone else, it can only effectively portray its emotions, right? So it can be like, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm angry, and things like that.
As long as it can tell us when it's hungry.
That's good. Now Desi can hear more voices in her head. That's good. That's good.
At least these voices
Another
are real.
sausage, Mama? Did you hear that, Desi, or no?
No, what?
You hear another, can I have another sausage, Mama?
Sure. I'm going to give him another one.
And he's like, kind of hoards it up against him and just slowly nibbles on it while you guys explore.
Desi,
So cute.
Yes?
can Sebastian have a sausage?
Does Sebastian want a sausage?
Upon hearing Sebastian's name, he pops his head out and like looks around.
So I'm going to hand Sebastian a sausage also.
He grabs it and he pulls it in his pocket. You can see Quinn's pockets like flipping around and whatnot as Sebastian kind of rolls with the sausage and goes to town on it. You see the occasional bit fly out, but he like will reach out with his paw and grab it and pull it back in.
Thanks.
No problem.
Trap door, right here.
I like how we're like playing with the animals and Cal's like, there's a door. Door right here. Let's go in the door.
Right?
Because he knows that thing's ending up on his farm.
I mean, no.
Nah, he's a familiar. He'll stay with Desi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna want to leave
Desi
Desi's
and
side.
the familiar are ending up on his farm.
Well, they have
Yeah.
to check on Joffrey.
Yeah. That is.
Providing Cal hasn't, slaughtered it for food already.
He wouldn't.
I really hope
The audacity!
I really hope Joffrey and whatever its name is. What was its
Bims.
name?
Bims.
Bims. I really hope they get in a fight because that'd be really funny.
No.
Okay, and just so you know, Desi, since you now have a familiar, specifically a pseudo dragon familiar, you have now a magic telepathic bond with it, and while you're bonded, you can sense what the pseudo dragon senses as long as they're within a mile of you,
Okay.
and you can even like turn on its senses in place of your own if you need
Okay.
to. And while it's within 10 feet of you, specifically because of pseudo dragon, you have the magic resistance trait that the pseudo dragon normally has.
Okay. Cool.
So pretty much as long as the pseudo dragon is on your shoulder, you are resistant to magic.
Sweet.
Does that include good magic?
Usually, it's all
Technically,
magic.
yes. But what it is the magic resistance specifically, what it does is you have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. But you can also, as a natural thing you can do, you can choose to purposely fail a saving throw, right?
Mhm.
So let's say it's a saving throw against like something positive or whatnot, or an effect you actually want on you. You can say, "No, I'm not going to save," and it'll just affect you.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as like regular healing goes, it doesn't have any impact though.
Right. Okay. Good to know.
So is the door trapped? Cal?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Lana will open it.
Okay, yeah, it just flings open, and then it's a little ladder down.
Geronimo, go down the ladder.
You guys head down, and now on to the hold. Lana goes
Nice.
first. Right? Is anyone else going down?
Cal.
So when you guys get down there, this cabin occupies half of the stern section on this deck, with one bulkhead running along the center line of the ship. Along this bulkhead, leading up in the direction of the bow, is an enclosed companionway. At its foot, a door in the central bulkhead leads to the other part of the stern. On this door hangs a dark blue cloak. A single bunk, the bed linen heaped in a pile, is set against the hull. At its foot is a brass-bound wooden sea chest, its lid closed. Under the bunk is a brass box, also closed. In the center of the cabin, a plain wooden table is bolted to the deck. On it are two books, one open and propped up against the other. Beside the table is a wooden chair. Hanging from the ceiling over the table is an unlit hooded lantern. Just after the hook that holds the lantern is a hatch measuring 3 feet on a side.
Okay. Cal, check out the chest. I'm gonna look at the books.
Okay.
Okay. So going to the books, you find there's two books here. The open book is Principles of Navigation by Da Korma. And the second one, which is closed, is Legal Distinctions in Letters of Marquis by Tazar.
What was the second one? I'm sorry, my brain did not hold on to any of those words.
Legal Distinctions in Letters of Marquis.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it means either. The literal description of the item is a book by someone named Tazar. So take that for all you will. But they're in very good condition.
Okay. It's probably for deciphering laws written between lower nobles. Maybe. Don't quote me.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'll let you
that's
go.
honestly a better guess than I would have. So there you go. Are you taking both books?
Yes.
Into the parcel they go. Right? And then Cal was checking the chest, right?
Yep. Investigation roll.
Okay. No traps and not locked either. There's just it's clothes and a pair of boots. They're old, but they're relatively well kept for their age. Now, out of curiosity, is any of the other three going down as well?
I was going to call down, what do you see?
Just a
Out of
room.
curiosity, how loud are you doing this?
Not like screaming it, but like loud enough they can hear.
Okay. So you guys hear Desi go, how's it going down there?
It's a small room with some stuff. Let us search the room right quick, and then we'll tell you if it's worth coming down here.
Okay. So that's all I'm doing. I don't know if Quinn or Ella want to go down.
I'm
No,
just laying
Ella's-
on the bed.
I was gonna say Ella's just waiting over here where she can't see Quinn on the bed.
So after Desi yells and you guys respond, the two of you that are down in the room here.
What was that?
I have no idea.
I will yell up, not yell, but talk up to Desi, who I assume is still there. We hear voices, and we're gonna check it out.
Okay, be careful.
Can I do like a perception check to see if it's like that magical?
You guys
voice?
hear that now, too.
Oh, I can understand that.
Yeah, me
What's
too.
it say?
Well, I'm not there, so I can't.
Okay. Where's that coming from?
It's coming from the east wall.
The one without a door?
Yeah.
Hey, Cal, look for secret doors. Help me look for a secret door.
Give me either perception or investigation, whichever one you prefer to use.
What is Cal's perception or investigation?
A +3 on both.
Roll 1. I don't care. I will aid you.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, Cal, you just listen and kind of slowly just poof, poof, poof. And finally, you see this like secret section of the wall, and you, boom, like hit it like the fawns, and you watch a door just swing open that you didn't even know was there.
Do we go
Anybody
in?
inside?
Do I do a perception check to see if anybody's inside, if what's inside from where I'm standing?
You look inside, and surprisingly, it's actually not. You don't see anyone in there, but you do see a ton of weapons.
I'm guessing this is the armory.
I'm gonna in Elven. Where are you in Elven as well?
So you guys hear it sounds like it's almost coming from southeast, like to like Lana, like it's like that direction that you're now facing.
I'm gonna open the door here then.
So you go ahead and open the door. And inside, so in the center of the cabin sits a plain wooden table on which stand a pewter flagon and a pewter mug. Beside the table is a wooden chair, and hanging over the table is an unlit hooded lantern. Also hanging from the ceiling at the aft end of the cabin is a large cage that holds a parrot, apparently asleep. Next to the hull hangs an unoccupied hammock, and beneath it is a brass-bound wooden sea chest.
Um,
And Lonnie, you called out, "Where are you?" Right?
yeah, I called out, "Where are you?" And when the voice replied, that's when I opened this door because you said it was to the southeast.
Um, are you calling out in common? Are you calling
Oh,
out
in Elven. In Elven.
Do I hear this at all?
You guys can barely hear the Elvish,
Okay.
like bits and pieces.
Okay. Is it still sounding like it's coming from the same direction from before?
If you're still standing in that doorway, yes, same direction.
Okay.
If you've moved into this room, it'll be a bit more to like actually like east, like that.
Cal, help me out with this wall. See if there's another secret door.
As you guys walk in, the parrot wakes up and goes, "Rah! Pieces of eight! Pieces of eight! Rah!"
Okay.
Secret doors.
So you search around and you manage to just from like knowing where the secret door was on the other room, you find one in about the same spot, just in this room.
Okay.
And are you headed into the room?
I will.
Okay. It's a dark, cramped area, only 4 feet wide at most, squeezed in between the ship's stern and the adjacent cabin, which appears to be a holding cell. There's a slim humanoid figure cowering in the far corner, chained to the hull.
I will stick my head in, and again in Elven. Hello? I will move over to the figure and examine the chains.
Okay. So as you get closer, you realize that this figure is actually a sea elf. And you see that he is manacled and chained, so he can't even move from where he's at in the corner.
Okay.
But you do see like it looks like there would be some sort of key to open it.
Hey, Cal, hand me that small key and tell the others to come on down.
Hand you the key. Put it over here. Guys, come on down.
I'll start with the small key and then move on to the others if the small key doesn't work.
The small key you got from Cal is a perfect fit, and you unlock it, and he goes,
Oceanus? Is that his name?
"Yeah, Oceanus."
Okay.
Which out of all of that, like everyone understands him saying Oceanus, who can hear it. Because I'm assuming everyone is coming down now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oop, oop. Let's say you guys all gather because you hear prisoner.
I will try and support him to shimmy out of this small space. Does he look hurt?
Not hurt, but he is definitely frail.
Okay.
Like he has not been fed very well while he's been here.
Okay. In Elven again, I'm going to tell him I'm going to get you on a boat and then we'll get you back to land.
I'm just gonna go speak just for you guys. This is an Elven, so Cal and Ella don't understand it, but also gain
Cal
back.
understands.
No, I don't. I don't speak Elven.
Quinn
Oh, you
understands.
Yeah, and whenever I put in like a language, it says who understands it. So
Oh, I assumed that Cal could speak Elven.
nope. Usually, Drow rather than learning Elven, they learn Undercommon.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So he says that he is a member of the tribe of Manon, which inhabits an undersea settlement about 20 miles southeast of South Marsh. His tribe noted that there are periodic travels of the sea ghost at night along a coastal area that's supposed to be deserted, and that his chief was suspicious of it and ordered Oceanus to keep watch of the area and slip aboard when the ship arrived to figure out what was going on. When he did, he witnessed that they were loading up a lot of weaponry, like enough for at least like a couple armies. And when he was discovered, he got knocked out and taken prisoner.
Is that the coastal area from the crude hand-drawn map?
No, it's more along the lines like where the haunted house was.
Okay. Again, in Elven, I will tell Oceanus, we can take you to Saltmarsh until you are able to go back to your home on your own feet.
He says he would greatly appreciate that. He wants to do more to help, but in his current state, he's too weak. He's been fed maybe like 5 times over the course of a few months.
Oh, it's fine. Let's just take it easy and get you onto our boat. I'm gonna
He's
take.
going to ask if any of you have seen his equipment at all.
I just like that question.
What equipment?
He says that they, of course, stole his clothes because I mean clearly he's in his underwear, along with
They
his.
seem to find a lot of naked people.
Talent.
Yeah. He had a spear, a dagger, and a bunch of money, as well as a crossbow that he says one of the pirates destroyed.
So the crossbow's destroyed.
Yes.
All right.
But it is sentimental to him. It was a gift from the chief.
We haven't found it, but if we come across it, we'll make sure to give it back.
He
And
says
then-
thank you.
Can we give the poor man some clothes?
Yeah, hand me that nice gray cloak. I can wrap him in that.
Hands over the gray cloak.
Yeah, between all you guys, you have enough to random clothes that you guys have found at this point to give him a full outfit. So.
And then I will take him up the stairs, upstairs, and help him over to our boat.
Okay. You go ahead and take him over, and luckily one of the guards are still stationed there and everything like that. So you just go ahead and tell them, hey, just keep him safe and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, one of the guards is also another half elf, so he can at least speak to Oceanus.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about all that's here for now.
I'm assuming those 2 stairs are the stairs that go up to the other deck.
Yep, those go up to the main deck.
Okay.
I want to open this door.
I
As I
was
say, you
gonna
guys haven't searched the rooms yet. There's
Yeah.
technically 3 rooms to search here now before moving on, if you guys want to. But
Lana wants to check out this room here with the cache of weapons.
okay, so it's a cramped area, only about 4 feet wide at the widest, and it's sandwiched between the adjacent cabin and the ship's stern. It contains 8 large, irregularly shaped bundles wrapped in oilskin and bound with light rope. They're piled at random on the deck and as though thrown in casually from the doorway. And as you go through the bundles, you find so far you find 10 morning stars, 10 long swords, 10 shields, 20 javelins, and then a special shield in its own little container. That on the front has a design of a lizard with a forked tongue extended, which you recognize is the exact same symbol that's on the signature for the document that was found earlier.
I do believe we found the weapons cache they were waiting for.
Agreed. Is there any religious symbolism with this forked tongue lizard
You can make a
that I can
religious
see?
check or a religion check, yeah, to
Okay,
figure out.
there it is. Yeah, I kept looking for the word knowledge and not saying it. My brain died. Not my
You
religion.
don't. Yes, you don't recognize it. You think it might have some importance to the lizard folk because of how often you've seen this now.
Mm.
But as far as what exactly it represents, you have no idea. Cal, you look at it and you get an idea that it might be you have figure like what Lana's thinking is probably holds some religious significance, but unfortunately you don't know enough about lizard folk culture to know what it would belong to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say we leave these here until we finish looking over the rest of the ship and come to a conclusion what we're doing about the lizard folk.
Okay.
Anything anyone else wants to do? I know Quinn, you said you wanted to open that door, right?
Yeah.
So real quick, isn't there a brass box under here?
Yeah, there's a brass box under there.
Okay. Can I pull it out and just check it?
Yeah, you pull it out and it's locked.
Lana, can I see the keys again?
Mm-hmm.
So you find one, go through them, and you find one that works, right?
Uh-huh.
And you open it up, and inside is a massive amount of silver pieces, which after you guys do some careful calculating, you find it looks to be about 500 silver pieces. As for Quinn opening up the door, you go to what looks to be the cargo hold. Lantern light reveals an ordinary cargo hold. Through the center runs the base of the main mast, and beside it, narrow wooden stairs lead up to the hatch above. Again, against the aft bulkhead are stacked bolts of cloth lashed by ropes to brackets bolted to the deck so they are secure. On each side are stacked a large number of small casks, also secured by ropes to the deck.
What's in each of the casts?
So as you go through the casks, you find each of the casks is either brandy or wine, and you can definitely tell like this is high quality alcohol. You also see there's about 50 bolts of silk, and there's a crate that when you open it has a lot of high quality mining tools.
Hey, Lana, can I borrow that bag real quick?
All of that will not fit in the bag.
I can hold up to
Not an
500
entire
pounds.
cargo hold.
Let's see, how much would all that weigh? Now that I think about it. Let's see.
Well, it's about 8 gallon. A gallon is about 8 pounds.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't even be able to hold like a quarter of this in the bag of holding. If you empty out everything, you could maybe fit all the bolts of silk, but that's about it.
I guess we're gonna take this back and sell everything then, or at least save the ale.
Well, we're gonna have to take the ship back to land anyway. Can't just leave it out here.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird.
Can I check this desk?
Sure. Let's see. So, desk itself doesn't have anything, but you do see that there's a chest beneath the hammock right next to it.
Okay. Checking the chest.
All right. So, open the chest, and it opens up surprisingly easy. And you find a bunch of grubby garments that like you don't even think you could sell these. They're just so destroyed and dirty at this point.
All right. Closing the lid on that.
I was gonna say, as you dig though, you also find a iron box.
Well, I'm pulling that sucker out.
Okay. And you pull it out, and you can see it's locked.
Lana, I need keys to see if you have keys again.
You never give them back.
Okay, then I still have keys. Okay.
Okay, so you're down to like the one last key at this point. So you just use the last key, and it opens. And inside there's what looks to be about 200 silver pieces, a spear, a dagger, some fancier looking clothes, and the remains of a crossbow.
I don't know about that crossbow dang. I just realized that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I imagine Lana probably would have translated at this point.
I would have told you what to be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
Okay. Spear dagger. Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah. So if Lana
sigh
told
because
you,
I'm gonna realize this
recognize
stuff
that.
yet.
Yeah, you recognize that based on what Lana told you, this is an exact match for Oceanus' equipment that he's missing.
Yeah. So Cal's gonna sigh, and then because he realizes they can't keep it, and goes and tells Lana, "I found his stuff."
Okay. Make a mental note of that.
Okay.
I would
Anyone,
like.
anything else wants to do?
I assume these stairs go down, or do they go up?
Let me double check real quick. So I think they say up, but
You said they go up to the other thing that, like, what I'm standing on the above deck.
yes, exactly. Yeah. Which say now that you said that, you see if you look down, you can. There's a one last section underneath you guys.
Okay. Well, let's go through those doors.
Open sesame.
Let's go in. Various unpleasant odors of humanoid occupation compete for recognition here. The crew quarters fill the entire forward part of this deck. A companionway staircase leads up from a point about 6 feet from the bulkhead, and near it, more to the starboard, is a door. Around the perimeter of the cabin, slung between hooks on the bulkhead and on supporting poles, are 8 hammocks. Judging from the way in which they hang, the hammocks seem to be unoccupied at present, and beneath each hammock is a brass-bound wooden sea chest. Most are closed, but 2 have open lids and appear to contain clothes. In the center of the cabin stands a long, plain wooden table with a bench along each of its longer sides. They all appear to be bolted to the deck in an attempt to keep everything in place. The table is stained and cluttered, as it has an untidy pile of dirty tin plates and cups, roughly stacked in a large tin bucket below it. Over the table, hanging from the ceiling, is an unlit hooded lantern. Against the starboard side, an area has been curtained off by cheap, dirty cloth hangings.
I want to raid the things under the hammocks.
Okay. So under each hammock is a sea chest.
Let's just start going through them one by one.
Yep.
You go through all of them, and most of it is just stained, grubby garments. Like, these were clearly pirates who have been out to sea for months at a time. But you do manage to find, among these, there's a pack of well-used, greasy playing cards. There's 2 sets of dice, and a book titled Grog Hovels, which describes taverns and inns along the coastline that are suitable for patronage by a pirate.
Are any of these cards or dice special, or are they just normal?
After you examine them, you do see that 1 set of dice is loaded, and the deck of cards has 2 ace of spades.
Pocketing those.
Congratulations,
I'd like to look at the book.
You have super greasy playing cards and 2 sets of dice. Congratulations. And then Lonnie, you said you're looking at the book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It talks about a lot of different towns along the shore, and it mentions the different inns and things like that can be found in each town, and whether like how they would react to a pirate staying with them, rating them from 1 to 5 stars.
Okay.
You do see Saltmarsh is listed in there. It's got the Wicker Goat listed as 1 star because it's frequented by law enforcement. The Empty Net is rated as 4.5 stars because it's like no one will ask questions, but if you get too rowdy, they throw you into the sea. And then the Snapping Line is rated 3 stars because while they don't accept pirates per se, they are willing to be a bit more lenient if you just say you're a sailor.
Okay.
Hey, Desi, will you claim my playing cards?
I will. Prestidigitation.
Congratulations, the playing cards are clean.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
We already looked at all of the chests, correct?
Yeah, there
Okay.
was. It was mostly clothes and a couple of like gaming things, which Quinn picked up.
Okay. So
What was
yeah.
that about something hanging, just section off a part of the room?
There's a big curtained with area because cheap dirty cloth hangings are kind of like making a little, I guess, like changing area, I guess you could say.
Privacy screening.
How do we
Is
get
there
below
anything
deck
in that
again?
area?
You find 2 large tin buckets that are empty, but they're stained and they smell nasty. You think this is probably the closest thing that they had to a toilet.
Oh God.
Ew.
So these stairs go up. So how do we get down?
We could probably open this up.
Yeah, you can open up the little hatch that's there.
Okay.
From the hatchway, you can see a little of what lies in the gloom below. The area stretches the full width of the ship, and for all you can see, the full length. For there's no bulkheads that are in view. What must be the bottom of the ship is covered with a thick layer of wet sand, presumably basalt, on top of which is an inch or so of green, greasy water. You hear some scuttling noises towards the stern, which indicate that there's some life down here, perhaps living off of the garbage thrown in occasionally by the lazy crew. There are heaps of trash immediately below the hatch that form small islands in the fetid water. A particularly large one has accumulated at the base of the mast.
I'm not gonna like this.
I'm okay not going down.
I'm going down. I don't. We hear life, and we can't assume it's rats. We know that they traffic in humans. So we need to go search
Fine.
the entire bottom. I mean, you can stay up here, but Lana's gonna go make sure there's no people down there and need a bath
I'm with
afterwards.
Lana.
So you guys hop down, and you do see some rats. There's a number of them that are feasting on the garbage, but they're normal variety and harmless. You guys do notice that while you're down here, the bilge only has about 4 feet of headroom, so you kind of have to kneel a little bit, right? Kind of squat.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys checking through the garbage piles at all?
No, I'm just looking for signs of intelligent life, like slaves.
I'm just looking around.
You guys see a bunch of rats. You don't see any humanoids. But as you move back and forth, you do catch a yellow reflection in one of the garbage pile by the mast.
Investigate said yellow reflection.
You go ahead and you go over to it and you start looking around. And you manage to find 2 gold.
Okay.
But you also now you see some squirming, and all of a sudden 2 swarms of rot grubs come out. And guess what time it is, everybody?
Initiative.
Initiative. My one nat 20 of the game. Always.
There
Always.
it is.
But just as a reminder for people, they are the level below. So right now, unless I hear you guys say we're going down level because there's the map for it for whatever reason, just remember you can't do physical attacks unless you are down on the same level as it. But for like range attacks, we're going to say the hatch is open. Which brings
Okay.
us to top of the round with Desi.
I will hit Swarm 1 with 2 of them, and Swarm 2 with 1 of them.
So you managed to pop a few grubs, but there's still a good chunk of the swarm still there.
Okay.
Anything
And
else?
nope, I'll stay up here.
I will say, since you now have a familiar, you can use a bonus action to give your familiar a command, and he will act right after you.
Okay.
Though right now, all he can do is he can bite something or sting it. So if you wanted to
Yeah.
bite, you'd have to jump down there.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at the thing. No, I'll just have him stay with me.
Okay. That brings us to Quinn.
Okay, so I am going to attack the swarm of rot grubs 2 with my club.
So you kind of just slap a couple grubs real quick. Anything else for your turn?
Nothing else.
The That brings us to Cal.
Cal is going to shoot his crossbow at Swarm 1, and since I am up above a level, I have advantage, correct?
The reason you had advantage before is because you were up a level on a well-lit area, like you could see pretty well. Whereas this, it's very, very dark.
Well, I do have dark vision.
That's true, which is why I'm not giving you disadvantage for shooting into the darkness.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, no, it's not a hard and fast rule that just because you have the high ground
Oh, shoot!
Did I just get shot?
Ow.
So you shoot, and it kind of like ricochets off the bottom. Both Quinn and Lana quickly just duck down, and you watch the bolt just kind of toof get embedded in the ceiling.
Oh, thank heavens. Oh, my bad. And that will be my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Ella.
So they're in water, right?
Yes, it's only about like a foot of water, but they are in water, yes.
I guess she'll just jump down there. Probably at least somewhere by the swarm. And
Yeah,
she'll
for if you're down below, just pretend like the barrels aren't there and whatnot.
yeah. She'll go ahead and swing her quarterstaff.
You go ahead and take a swing and crush a bunch of bugs.
Yay,
And
bugs.
it looks like
crushing.
that swarm's probably about like maybe half of them is left now.
And then she'll go ahead and do her bonus action, or was jumping down her bonus action?
No, that was your movement.
Okay. She'll go ahead and do the fists.
So you kind of just go, just punch the ground real quick. And there's barely any bugs from this swarm left.
Sounds good.
Which brings us to Lana.
Well, might as well attack the ones that are right in front of me.
All right. How do you want to do it?
They're bugs. They go squishy.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of just like aim against the last few bugs and just squish him with the wide part of your longsword real quick. And that's dead. Anything else you want to do for your turn?
Yeah, I'll take a 5-foot step forward.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So the swarm is now going to kind of head over towards you, Lana. And you see a bunch of them start to jump at you. And while a lot of them kind of like, you managed to like shake them off or whatnot, a couple of them actually managed to get through like little cracks in your armor.
Not cool, bro.
Yeah, you feel about 4 of them get in and kind of like start squirming around your armor. You don't take any damage yet, but yeah, you do feel some squirming in there. All right, so that brings us to Desi's turn.
I am going to try and shoot at the swarm with a arrow, with my crossbow.
See, Cal, that's how you shoot.
Yeah, so you take a shot, and you manage to pierce quite a few grubs.
Don't worry, Cal. I can give you some pointers on that sometime too.
So mean to poor Cal.
That's gonna be my turn.
All right, Cal's gonna try this again.
Well, so it's not. Wait for your turn.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
Yeah, so you got called out. You just wanted to just jump in, I guess. Either way, Quinn, it is your turn.
Swing, bada, swing.
Swing away, Meryl. Swing away.
Yeah, you kind of just like start, since you don't have dark vision, you're kind of just swinging around in the dark, just like slap the wall a couple times, but you don't manage to hit any grubs. That brings us to Cal. Now you can shoot.
Cal, what the hell did you do?
So Cal, you take a shot, and please roll your damage for me.
No!
I can take it.
Son of a bitch, of course!
Wow.
Quinn, you feel just a poof right in the back of your neck as you take 11 damage from Cal's shot.
Oh, Cal.
And you are now bleeding bad from your neck.
Well, yeah, there's an arrow sticking out of it.
Yeah, there is.
See the problem.
Anything else you want to do for your turn, Cal?
Cal's seriously considering that maybe he should just stop shooting. No, he's already done enough damage.
Okay. That brings us to Ella.
Jeez Louise. Well, Ella's gonna move down here. She'll, face the fucking swarm. She doesn't have any medical training, so she can't really help, Quinn much, so she's gonna try and get rid of these grubs.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack roll with advantage because you're flanking. So again, you slap the staff down and you crush a bunch of them.
Alright. She'll go ahead and do her bonus attack with her fist now.
How you do it?
Just fucking get rid of them.
Okay, so you just slam the ground with your fist and you crush the rest of them that are there. But there are still some that have crawled onto Lana, if you guys remember. So on Lana's turn.
Aw, they get to go before me. Damn.
Well, it happens on your turn because these are the ones that burrowed
Yeah.
in. So you just feel a bunch of bites as you feel like they're kind of like digging in, and you take 9 damage.
Ouchie.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm being bitten by bugs that have burrowed inside my armor, correct?
Yes.
Strip, Lana, strip.
I was about to ask how many rounds does it take to take off armor in this mechanic?
Depends on the armor type. So give me 1 sec just
Medium.
to double check. Medium.
Yeah, it's chainmail.
And if
so
it makes you
medium.
feel better, Quinn's kind of preoccupied, so he can't really just stare at you as you do this, so you're fine.
The fact that has to be a good thing.
Lana's really not shy, so it doesn't really matter.
Sissy said you had chainmail, correct?
Yes.
Okay, chainmail does fall under heavy armor.
Oh, I thought it was medium for some reason.
Chain shirt is medium, but chainmail.
That's right. Pretty sure it's
It
chainmail.
normally would take about 5 minutes, but if you're, I'm gonna say since you're only specifically targeting one part of your armor, we'll say just because you're just gonna quickly throw off part of it. We'll say it just takes a round because you're not fully disarming; you're just taking off part of it.
Okay.
It's also
Yep.
mostly me being nice too, because as you do that, you guys see all like there's 4 grubs that had jumped onto Lana. You can see them start burrowing in as they're biting.
Yep, that's great. Dig them out. I'll end my turn saying that.
Okay, that brings us to Desi.
Can I tell what's going on with Lana from where I am?
You can see there's something digging into her.
Okay.
Especially because I'm imagining because you're like right at the hatch, right, Lana?
Yeah.
I'll say you stand up so that the ones who are up, so Desi and Cal can actually see there's some grubs on you. Desi, you know that when grubs start burrowing, you need to apply fire to the bite wound.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. Do it. I'm going to use chromatic orb as fire and hit Lana with it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lana.
Now I'm going to ask, Lana, are you deliberately trying to be hit by this fire?
I assume Desi knows what she is doing. I will stand still for it.
Okay.
I'm
So
trusting you, Desi.
And roll, Desi.
Oh. Oh no.
Lana, give me a dexterity check. So Desi goes wide, but Lana, you see this, and you kind of just jump in the way real quick, kind of trying to aim your body. And Desi, go ahead and roll your damage. So,
I'm still up.
Yeah.
I told you. I'm trusting you,
Lana
Desi.
is now very burnt.
Oh.
But you see the grubs kind of shrivel and fall off.
Okay.
And with that, we're out of initiative.
Ow.
Lana's just burnt to a crisp.
Get some burn scars to go with some of my other scars on my torso.
I have a bolt in my neck. Lana's burnt to a crisp. We're a great bunch.
I like how the rock grubs almost did more to you guys than the pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part.
Well, technically, the rock grubs only did 9 points of damage. The rest of the
Yeah.
damage was from friendly fire.
That's
To be
true.
specific.
That is very true.
Well, now I would like to use my herbalism kit and make something for Lana.
As would
Alright.
I, Quinn.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
guess we're both taking 10.
Come here.
I would like to ask Lana if she thinks she can wait 10 minutes.
Yep, I'm peachy. Come here, Quinn.
Okay, then I'm gonna take the 10.
All right, what about Cal?
Didn't we find 2 healing potions?
You did as well.
So couldn't we use those now, and then everything else they need to make up, you guys can do that and
Yes.
get
let's
them
do
back
that.
up?
That's
We'll
true.
give them
You
the
can
healing
do it.
potion.
Can I still take the 10 to make a potion?
Yeah.
Just so they can take those ones now, and then we have a spare, essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to do the same. I want to try to use the 10 to make the potion.
Okay.
Cal, copy what I do.
Copy.
Question, so I don't
Yeah.
have to spend the next 10 minutes looking in the book. The cure spell is a D8 plus your level, or
It's are you specifically cure wounds, right?
yeah, it's the cure wound spell.
Yeah, that is 1d8 plus your charisma modifier in the case of you since you're a paladin.
Okay, so it's a D8 plus 2. Here you go, Quinn. Let's fix you up. So 7, 8, 9 points for Quinn.
Okay, and then I'm assuming if you both drink a potion, Lana, you get 9 HP and Quinn gets another 7. So that brings Quinn back up to full. And Lana, you are now only missing 9 HP.
And I'm gonna climb out of this gross hole
Okay.
after I.
Same. Thank you, Lana.
Same.
I hope that 2 gold was worth it, guys.
It was so not worth it.
Alright. Well, is there anything else you guys want to do?
Once Cal is done making his potion, I'm going to smack him upside the back of the head.
Okay.
That's fair.
It is fair, however, I'm wondering if I can do a reflex save because I want to see if his reflexes do save him from being hit.
I was gonna say if you actually want to hit Quinn, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
With what?
Roll a d20 and add your strength. So what is your strength modifier? 0?
0.
Yeah, so Quinn managed to just walk up to Cal and just back ahead.
Oh, I don't do a dex save. I don't do like a save.
It's because it's against your armor class.
Right, and that is my
Yeah.
armor class is 14.
Yeah, and for those of you who might not be aware, the rule is if you match, it's advantage the attacker. So like if you match someone's AC, if you are the one attacking, you hit. But if you are the one whose AC is matched and you're being attacked, then your opponent hits. Cal, you take a whopping 1 damage as Quinn just smacks you across the face.
Okay.
So we, now that I'm not burnt to a little crisp, I'm gonna put my armor back on, which is gonna take a minute.
Yep. Specifically, it'll take. Well, since we only took part of it, we're gonna say it just takes about a minute to put it back on. So
Okay. So yeah, you guys
I'm
get
not
a
gonna make you
nice.
sit for the full 10 minutes normally.
Well, I have to basically wait 10 minutes for them to finish their potion anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, you guys will get a nice eyeful of all of Lana's body scars.
I would like.
Ooh, Lana, what's that one from?
When I'm done with my potion, I want to give it to Lana and say, "I'm really sorry I burned you."
It's fine. That one was a war axe, right through the chainmail.
Ouch.
Okay. So, is there anything you guys want to do?
We need to discuss the lizard folk. I don't personally trust them. I feel it is a bad idea to give them their weapons.
But they're just.
I
trying to
think
defend
that we should
themselves.
give them. We should give them their shields, and that's it.
A shield I can get behind, but if they're looking for more than just a shield, which I think they're trying to get all of that stuff, I'm honestly worried that they're going to actually try and attack as a preemptive defense. Saltmarsh or one of the outlying communities. Anybody else?
Ella, what do you think?
I think that we should definitely not give them their weapons, but I really think this is something we should bring up with the council. Because this kind of borders on the territory of a little bit out of our, what's the word I'm looking for? Jurisdiction? Pay grade. Thank you, Desi. I mean, we're talking about they're planning on defending themselves in a war, and based on the maps we found, the meeting place is just 10 miles out of Saltmarsh. Not
to mention,
entirely
you
sure.
have that suspicious letter.
Yeah, the suspicious letter, and we got to find out who's forging, if someone's forging Gallen's signatures. So I think that the thing with the lizard folk is we should definitely bring it up with the council before we agree to give them anything. Maybe just tell them we didn't find anything.
I don't know if the lizard folk are gonna let us leave.
I mean, we can just sail the boat to the port, and if they try to stop us, we have to defend ourselves.
Just as long as Cal doesn't get to be behind me anymore.
Unfortunately, Cal has nothing to say to defend himself in that case, so he's just going to keep his mouth shut.
So yeah, well, we can take them their shield, but
Well, if we take them their shields, we're gonna have to explain how we didn't find any weapons with them. If we just tell them we didn't find anything yet.
That seems the most reasonable to me.
Let's-
We can go close the doors, so that if they do investigate, they won't have an easy time finding them at least.
They also already don't know where they are, so.
I'm not entirely comfortable with lying to them, but if you guys want to, go ahead.
Well, we could
I
also
can do
just
that.
tell them we're not going to give them the weapons. We need to let the council decide what to do.
Let's just act like we haven't found the weapons, get us back to port, and then decide what's going on with the council. So nobody say anything, right, Desi?
What?
Exactly.
I'm just petting Bims.
So I'm assuming Ella and Quinn know how to move this thing?
I do.
Technically, yes.
Well, there's your job. Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, so let's go back up to them, tell them that we're going to port, and go to port.
Okay.
So final decision has been made then?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
we're telling
Aye.
them we're going to port.
Okay. So you guys head up to the main deck. And I'm just asking, is there anyone in particular who's going to go tell them?
I
I
can.
was gonna say it should probably be Quinn because his spell still working.
No, but I can
Oh.
do the ritual again if we wait 10 minutes.
I mean that's fine with me.
Yeah, so it lasted about an hour, so it probably would be just wearing off.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll cast it again.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and go over to the Lizardfoot quarters and knock on their door?
Yes.
All right, so you knock on the door, and one of the head Lizardfolk comes out and goes, "Smooth skin, find goods."
We found quite a bit of food if you're hungry, but we haven't really found your weapons at all. We're wanting to head back to port to see if maybe they had them on shore.
They have them on ship.
We haven't
Snake
found?
Eyes promised.
We haven't found anything on the ship.
We not leave ship without goods or without shinies back.
I'm not asking you to leave the ship. I'm just asking us to go back to port real quick.
You see him, he's going to close the door real quick and talk among the other lizard folk and whatnot and go.
I'm putting my ear up against the door.
You hear them talk about how, like, they're not sure if they can trust the smooth skins and they think this might be a trap. But the head lizard folk is, you hear him pretty much being like, hey, these guys aren't the same smooth skins. So maybe like he's actually telling the truth. And the head lizard comes out and goes, fine, go to shore. But if no goods found, there will be trouble.
Understandable. Thank you very much.
I'm assuming you at least let your companions on the boat you rowed up to this inn, letting them know what's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, do we also want to give him back his stuff first?
We can do it when we get to shore.
So you guys pull up the boat, and the guards and Oceanus join you as you sail it back. And Oceanus is actually going to help out with the boat, as he clearly has like a good knowledge of ships and everything like that. All right, so in that case, we'll go ahead and call it here. You guys start sailing your ship back to town, and we'll figure out how that continues next week.